Once upon a time, in the quiet garden of a big, beautiful house, sunlight shines through the leaves, giving a soft, warm glow to a touching moment. A woman with smiling face lies pale on her deathbed, called her daughter, Cinderella. Young Cinderella kneels beside her mother, gently holding her mother's hand. In a soft voice, Mother said, "My sweet child, stay kind and good, and I will always be close to you in your heart." She whispers, a timeless promise to her daughter, and left. A year has drifted by, marked by seasons of grief and remembrance in the silent graveyard. Cinderella kneels by her mother's grave, sad and standing alone as she misses her. With tender hands, she offers flowers on her mother's grave. Each flower petal she touches shows her strong love, a quiet promise she gives to her mother. Her sad face slowly becomes calm with each gentle movement, showing a little peace inside her. In her quiet acts of kindness, her mother wishes her a blessed life. After a few days, Cinderella's father welcomes his new wife into their home. She was now the stepmother of Cinderella. Behind the stepmother, Griselda and Gertrude, her two daughters, step inside. Their presence immediately changed the home's atmosphere. The stepmother's sweet smile hides sharp looks in her eyes, hinting at hidden intentions. Griselda and Gertrude, even though they look pretty, give rude and disapproving looks around their new home. An unspoken tension fills the air, as the new family didn't accept it anything happily. Griselda and Gertrude took all the beautiful dresses of Cinderella and kept none for her. Cinderella stands in her plain, rough gray dress, and that were forced on her, showing how poorly she is being treated. She managed to wear the dress whatever she got, but was very sad about it. "Look at the proud little princess in rags," Griselda and Gertrude say meanly as they make fun of her. In the kitchen, Cinderella starts her day before sunrise and worked very hard for her new stepfamily. She ends up her day with tiredness and exhaustion. The stepsisters meanly throw peas and lentils into the fireplace ashes on purpose, just to be cruel. Cinderella's eyes show a small spark of strength. Even though the job is huge, it is her quiet promise to stay strong. In the dark kitchen, Cinderella curls up tiredly by the cold fireplace. Her face is dirty with soot, and her dress is covered in dust. Tiredness shows around her eyes as she looks for a moment to rest. Cruel laughter breaks the silence. "Look at her, sleeping in the ashes." Even after working so hard all day, Cinderella broke into tears due to stepsisters' teasing. One day, Father decided to visit market and get some gifts for her daughters. Near the door, he picks up his bag with excitement and asked her stepdaughters, "Griselda, Gertrude, I am off to the market fair," he announces, seeking to lighten the mood. Griselda eagerly cries, "Oh, Father, bring me beautiful dresses, the finest silk and lace." Gertrude chimes in, "And pearls and jewels for me, Father." Father said, "Okay, dear daughters," and prepares to depart. Cinderella watches her father, her eyes reflecting a fragile hope. The father turns, his expression soft with affection. "And you, Cinderella?" Cinderella, in gentle voice filled with longing, said, "Dear father, please bring me the first twig that brushes your hat." A sad quiet fills the room, and they both feel the heaviness of their situation while remembering the mother. The market fair is full of people and noise, with many bright colors and sounds everywhere. Father walks through the people, looking carefully for what he needs. Stalls overflow with treasures, each item vying for attention in a dazzling display. His eyes stay on each item as he looks at them carefully. He selects gifts with care, each choice a silent testament to his affection. While walking back to the home, through the long green trees, a hazel twig with fresh green leaves lightly touches the father's coat. Slowly, the father reaches out and gently picks the hazel twig with his worn, tired hand. He looks closely at the twig, thinking quietly about her daughter Cinderella. The father continues his walk. The hazel twig was now a companion on his journey home. Back home, Father offers Cinderella a hazel twig. Cinderella accepts the gift, her eyes shimmering with unspoken gratitude. Softly, she whispers, "Thank you." With gentle hands, Cinderella plants the twig near her mother's grave. It shows love and remembrance of her mother as it rests against the stone. Years pass, and the twig grows into a young, healthy hazel tree, its leaves moving softly in the wind. Cinderella, now turned 18, visits the tree 3 times a day, her face etched with both sorrow and peace, remembering her mother. She whispers her secrets to the rustling leaves and feels comfort from the quiet company of the tree. A little white bird flies down and sits on the branches of the old twisted tree. The bird spreads Cinderella's wishes among the leaves and the old gravestones. Each leaf and headstone becomes a silent witness to the wishes released into the wind. One fine morning, at the royal palace, King invited everyone. He raises a hand, silencing the assembled people with a commanding gesture, and said, "I announce a grand festival in the town. Every young woman is invited, so that my son may choose a bride." A ripple of excitement spreads through the courtiers, their whispers filling the grand space. Inside Cinderella's home, Griselda and Gertrude vibrate with excitement. Hearing about the grand festive, they gesture wildly, a flurry of hands and eager smiles directed at Cinderella. Griselda commands to Cinderella with sharp voice, "Quickly get the things ready for me." Gertrude adds, "Yes, hurry up. There's so much to do, and we need to look our absolute best." Cinderella, thinking about the festival, watches them, her face calm and hard to understand while everything happens around her. Cinderella requested her stepmother, with hopeful plea, "Please, may I go to the festival?" The stepmother looks at Cinderella with cold eyes, a dismissive sneer twisting her lips. "You, Cinderella? Are you serious? You're covered in dust. You have no proper dress or shoes." Stepmother finishes, crushing Cinderella's hopes. Cinderella's stepmother stands tall and thinks, "I will not let Cinderella attend the festival ever. She do not deserve to be the bride of the prince." That morning, Cinderella went to the graveyard. Sunlight filters through ancient trees, casting long shadows. Cinderella stands alone, the silence broken only by rustling leaves. She turns towards the hazel tree, its branches reaching towards the sky. A hopeful expression dawns on Cinderella's face as she lifts her gaze. She raises her voice, calling out softly to the unseen birds in the branches. Many birds fly down at once, filling the air with their wings as they come to bless Cinderella. "Birds," suggested Cinderella, "remain calm, complete your work, and ask your stepmother once again." Cinderella stands, hope radiant in her eyes as she completes her household work, and requested her stepmother again. Her stepmother's face hardens, a shadow falling across Cinderella's hopeful expression. She replied, "No, Cinderella. You have no proper dress and wouldn't fit in." She finishes, declining her request. Tears fill Cinderella's eyes as her dreams of going to the festival slowly disappear into the harsh truth. Silence blankets Cinderella's home as laughter echoes from afar. Moonlight reveals dust motes, each a tiny, forgotten dream. She leans close to the tree, her voice a bare whisper lost in the stillness. "I wish I had a dress." In the quiet graveyard, a small white bird flies above the gravestones. The bird drops a shimmering golden gown towards the silent graves. The gown and slippers settle softly among the gravestones for Cinderella. Next day, Cinderella steps into the grand ballroom, her radiant dress shimmering, captivating every eye with its ethereal beauty. Her stepfamily watches, completely unaware of the true identity of the enchanting princess before them. Each step shimmers with light, a stark contrast to her hidden past. They enjoy the scene happily, not noticing the magic happening around them. Crystal chandeliers glitter as the prince enters the grand ballroom, looking over all the assembled guests. His cool, distant look disappears when he saw Cinderella across the room. Cinderella's radiant smile captivates him, drawing him through the crowd with newfound purpose. A strong, focused look appears in the prince's eyes as he walks toward her, pulled in by her gentle beauty. Oblivious to all others, the prince dances only with Cinderella, lost in a world of their own making. In the grand ballroom, the clock's final chime marks midnight as Cinderella steals away, unnoticed by the revelers. Panic and determination flicker across Cinderella's face, a stark contrast to the joyous scene she leaves behind. The magnificent ballroom fades into a blur of light and music as Cinderella hastens her escape. Each step away from the palace is a step back to her former life, which she desperately tries to avoid. In the dark night, the prince quietly follows Cinderella, curious about why she left so suddenly. He watches her gentle steps as she walks toward a small and simple house. She looks around quickly to make sure no one is watching, then slips away into the shadows. Fragrant blossoms fill the air as she vanishes, leaving the prince in silent contemplation. Inside the royal palace, the prince stands quietly and thinking about the Cinderella. He looks out over the whole kingdom, but his mind is still stuck on a memory that he shared with her. He was also thinking about the reason Cinderella would have fled away suddenly. Prince stood up with determination and decided to find her, no matter the obstacles. With a sad sigh, Cinderella turns toward the old tree to convey her thanks. Sunlight shines through the leaves, making soft shadows on Cinderella's face as she walks closer. She slowly reaches out her hand and touches the rough bark, looking for comfort in the quiet tree. She feels very alone, and with the heavy feeling in her eyes, full of sadness and hope, she was missing her mother. A beautiful bird flies in the circles above, watching Cinderella with the sad face. From the bird, a stream of shining light falls, sparkling in the sunlight. Gown descends, colors ablaze in the gray graveyard. The air shimmers with iridescent light as the gown settles, as if woven from dreams and rainbows. Next day, the grand ballroom sparkles under the light of countless chandeliers, reflecting on the polished marble as the music swells. Couples waltz across the floor, lost in the rhythm and light. The prince, handsome and regal, leads Cinderella in dance, his every movement mirroring practiced grace. Their eyes lock, a silent conversation unfolding as they move together. The evening unfolds in a seamless dance, their connection deepening with each graceful turn and shared glance. But, again, in the dark night, Cinderella quietly leaves, moving like a soft whisper in the silent garden. Hidden in the branches, she blends in with the tree and watches quietly. The leaves hold her gently, hiding her from sight like a green blanket. Next morning, sunlight shines through the tall windows, but it cannot take away the prince's growing worry. The prince walks back and forth, worried, his forehead wrinkled as he thinks hard. The heavy duties he carries feel like a burden. Frustration etches deeper lines onto his face with each step. His anxiety was real. Abruptly halting, he made up his mind. I need to find Cinderella. She cannot leave like this. Next morning, sunlight floods Cinderella's room. When she was thinking about, what will I wear today? I have no dress left. Moment later, a beautiful bird came with a blessing and surprise for the charming Cinderella. Carried a beautiful gown that shines with a soft, magical glow. The gown sparkles like captured sunlight, a dream woven into reality. Once again, in the royal palace ballroom, where beautiful couples spin as everyone celebrates, Cinderella plans to come. But the prince quietly starts a secret plan, while the other party guests have no idea what is going on. Beautiful Cinderella joins the royal palace ballroom, and Prince invites her with grace. They danced and celebrated the evening, while the royal ballroom was shining like haven. Moments later, Cinderella runs down the royal palace steps, her silk dress flying around her as she panics in the dark night. In hurry, she misses a step and left her golden slipper over the stairs. She took a glance and ran away from there, without noticing anyone's eyes. Cinderella was worried about leaving her slipper behind, got a fear of getting caught, but cannot go back. Under the watchful moon, the prince kneels alone on the cold, grand steps of the royal palace. He discovers a beautiful golden slipper and gently picks it up. The delicate golden slipper rests softly in his hand, promises to find the slipper's owner. Next morning, Prince appears with his guards and get ready to visit the humble dwelling where he once saw Cinderella. The crowd becomes quiet as the prince shows the golden slipper and declares, "Only the girl whose foot fits this golden slipper shall become my bride." Cinderella's stepsisters got excited to hear this announcement. In the morning light, Griselda tries hard to put on the golden slipper, her face turning red from the effort. The golden slipper was tight for the stepsister, and she fell while trying to put it on. Her toe won't go in and started paining, no matter how hard she tries. Stepmother secretly plans with Griselda, motivating her to wear it in whatever condition. She said, "Wear it, darling. You don't have to walk much as a princess." Griselda pushes hard, trying to force her foot into the delicate golden slipper, desperate hope showing in her eyes. And finally, she manages to wear it somehow. With Griselda behind him, the prince rides the horse with determination. A blossoming hazel tree graces their path, its branches dancing in the gentle breeze. Two beautiful doves flies above them, their wings catching the light. They echoed through the air. "Cuckoo, cuckoo, the shoe is too tight. The bride is not right. The true bride is still at home," the doves warned the prince. The prince's determined look changes for a moment, and doubt shows on his face when he hears the doves cry out. The prince comes back, holding the golden slipper shining like a promise, filling the small room with new hope. Gertrude steps forward, her eyes bright with excitement, ready to take her chance. She puts her foot forward, but it is much bigger than the delicate slipper. With a lot of efforts, she forces her foot inside the golden slipper, trying hard to make it fit. Somehow, with a lot of pain and efforts, Gertrude wears the golden slipper. Gertrude and the prince ride away on a horse, away from home on the sunny road. Suddenly, a flock of doves bursts forth, their wings a dazzling white against the morning sky. They echoed through the air. "Cuckoo, cuckoo, the shoe is too tight. The bride is not right. The true bride is still at home." The doves warned the prince again. The prince came back willing to meet Cinderella's father. Cinderella's father stands nervously, thinking about what could Prince ask. Prince politely asked, "Forgive my intrusion, but do you have another daughter?" A hesitant truth hangs in the air as the father confesses, "Well, there is. Cinderella." The prince stands firm, with strong determination, ready for whatever comes next. Requested to call her, Cinderella shyly enters the room where Prince was waiting for her. She sits on a small stool gracefully. Holding her breath, she takes off her old wooden shoe. With a smile, she holds the golden slipper in her hand as a true owner. A destiny fulfilled in the gleam of gold. Cinderella stands in a soft glow, her eyes reflecting a gentle, hopeful spirit. The prince looks at her, and a spark of recognition appears in his eyes, silently showing he knows she is the one. With full confidence, he says in a loving voice, "This is my true bride." Stepmother stood in a shock, not able to think what to do. Cinderella's eyes widen, a mixture of shock and disbelief etched onto her face. The stepsisters were surprised, their mouths wide open in shock. An uncomfortable feeling fills the room as stepsisters tries to understand what just happened. In the bright sunlight, the prince gently helps Cinderella onto his big, beautiful horse. He climbs onto the horse behind her and holds the reins with calm, gentle confidence. Sunlight shines as Prince lights up Cinderella's hopeful smile. They promise a true bond together. In few days, the grand plaza pulses with life at the royal wedding. In the crowd, the stepsisters stands in surprise watching the crowd all over. Cinderella approaches, her radiance amplified by a stunning gown. Stepsister shyly approaches Cinderella and said with a low voice, "We are very sorry, Cinderella. We were very bad with you. Please forgive us." Cinderella smiled and said, Let us put the past behind us and move with love and respect. In the warm sunlight, Cinderella and the prince walk through the royal palace gardens holding hands. Flowers bloom all around them, showing their growing love and bright future together. The prince leads her gently, a promise of protection and enduring affection forever. Hand in hand, they embody kindness, patience, and the triumph of a true hearts.